the way to Rwanda?
So before I get to that part, I just wish to say that reaching out to you guys, unajua kuna wale watu una reach out to them and then they ignore you, but for you guys, you are first to reply, and I was like, okay, sawa basi. So how I got to Rwanda is I came in Rwanda in September 2024. So I came here in September 2024. I've just finished 1 year, 4 months. And the reason for my coming here is ilikuwa hiyo time nimemaliza university and I'm sitting at home, I'm doom scrolling, I'm sleeping, I'm waking up at 12. I'm like, okay, so what do I want to do right now? So at that time is when I decided, you know what, my mom has been staying in Rwanda for like 10 years now. So I was like, you know what, let me go and pay her a visit and see what is going to come out of it. In my head, ilikuwa tu naenda kutembelea Rwanda. I didn't have anything in mind. I didn't have, I'm going to stay here and probably just do my thing or one day get employed here. But for me, at the back of my head, nilikuwa najua I'm coming to just pay a visit. Then I came in September. My first volunteer work was at a nursery school. I used to volunteer at a nursery school called Path to Success, and I enjoyed that time. I volunteered for like 6 months, and the kids really made me feel like, you know what, I might just rethink staying here in Rwanda, because the kids were very welcoming, they were very sweet, and just getting to interact with them was just amazing. Then fast forward to March is when I now got my first employment at a media house. That's when I first got my first employment at a media house in March. In March of 2025, that's when I got my first employment. And I was like, you know what, let's try this thing. I mean, I did journalism in university, and this was my first employment. So I said, let me give it a shot. And then 2 months down the line, I was like, ni sawa basi. Kama ni Mother Nature imeamua kunichagulia Kigali, Rwanda as my country to stay and live and work in, who am I to say no? So that's how I found myself in Rwanda, Kigali in a nutshell.
That's amazing. I'm sure your mom is someone I'd like to talk to, because maybe yeye alikuwa amesha envision kidogo wewe kukua hizo ends, kwa sababu for her to just tell you, hey, by the way, welcome muangalia. And I'm sure even as you were going out there volunteering and all these things, I'm sure she was encouraging you and being like, yes, because also I'm sure she enjoys having you around instead of being in two different countries.
Definitely, but funny thing is that we no longer stay in the same area. So she stays like in another different province, and I'm in the city. So she didn't have too much time with me. So,
but at least one country makes for sure it makes a big difference. Alafu pia umeingia maeneo ya Kigali, uko nikoshua chapati si mingi sana kama hapa mtaani. How was it like getting used to food, climate, friends, language? Ebu niongeleshe kuhusu culture shock if you had those experiences. Now also pia just how you were able to get used to this new stuff in a new country. Maybe unaweza tupatia tu tips hapo kidogo.
First of all, I will say my first culture shock was the language, my days. The language, because you see, this is a country that has grown up speaking the national language, which is Kinyarwanda. Na sisi ni watu tumetoka Nairobi, Kiswahili, Sheng, English is our language. So that was the first culture shock. Adapting to the national language, it was very, very hard and very tough. Another thing, let me tell you, another thing is the food. The street food, the chapatis, the smoky pasua, the mayai pasua, the smocha. I miss those things every day, and I wish I could just take my passport and travel to Kenya every week, every month, just to have an experience of that, because I think when I was in Kenya, I didn't get to experience that much. I even regret not having enough smochas and smoky pasuas, but I wish I could travel. I wish I could travel to Kenya every day just to eat those smochas. But other than that, I think the food is not too much different. There's not much difference. It's just the same. It's just that for them, they have different names for the food. They have a different way they cook the chapatis here. I'll be very honest, are very different from our chapatis. Zetu tumezoea kukanda kabisa na to make sure ziko the perfect shape and everything. But for theirs, they cook it very differently, where they deep fry the chapatis. Other than us who, cook it on very low heat. For them, they deep fry the chapatis, which is a bit different because the chapati inakama out ikiwa crispy and a bit crunchy, so you definitely miss the chapatis for home.
Really?
For home.
I can imagine a crispy chapati. Hiyo ni crisps too, but this how I understand when you're in Rome, you do as the Romans do, and I get it. Sasa hata umefanya hii mambo ya smoky paswani nitakula some on your behalf just to make up.
Please.
I definitely do that. Aya, hebu tuongelele opportunities, employment opportunities at work as you are approaching March, as you said, when you got your first official job. Was it an easy kind of process? Pepa zetu za hapa mtaani zinakubalika virahisi huko? Is it a tedious one, ama was it one of those ones where, oh, you're from Kenya, we love Kenyans, etc, blah, blah, blah. Were those opportunities, did they come to you easily, ama zilikuwa kidogo far from reach?
Okay, I will say on behalf of myself, because every other person's experience is different. But for me, I think it came to me easy because in Rwanda there's a group they call Kenyans Living in Rwanda, and that's where they get to advertise, job opportunities, events, and all that. And how I got my first employment is through, again, my mom, who I'm very thankful for. She was like, there's someone who's asking for a Kenyan journalist living in Rwanda who's ready to start work as a journalist. And she was like, take his number and then you reach out to him and then you see how it goes. And let me tell you, first of all, it took me 2 weeks to just text this specific number so that I get this job. So I reached out to this guy, and he was like, you know what, come for a trial run and then we see how it goes. And 1 week after, I got the employment and was like, am I sure? Am I sure? Is it supposed to come this easy, or what is happening? What is happening? This was after 6 months of definitely doing the volunteer work I was doing in the nursery school. And at that time, while I was doing the volunteer work, I was like, maybe I should become a teacher in the long run. I don't know, but miraculously, this job came to me. So from my experience, for me, it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. Being in a different country, being in a different environment, but at the same time, getting to be employed by someone who is from your country. So for me, it was a bit easy and it didn't come to me that hard. That's what I would say.
Nice. As we were saying on earlier, ikiwa time yako, timing ikialign, alafu Mungu acheze kama yeye, milango, dirisha, kila kitu opened for you. So I love the fact that you've said it was a good kind of process. And also, talk to me about how you're celebrating. You've been there for 1 year plus. How do you celebrate holidays? Especially because hao wako na holiday yao, watapiga, but hapa nyumbani, Jamhuri, siku ya kupanda miti, nini. How do you celebrate the Kenyan holidays just to make sure we feel closer to home kiplani?
Yeah, for that I would say thank you so much for social media, because let me tell you honestly, it does get very lonely out here. Because keep in mind, uko nchi mpya, nchi ya wenyewe. First of all, you came here, you have no friends, you have small family. So first of all, we thank social media for existing, because that's how at least you're keeping up to date, with what is happening in Kenya, what is happening in my hometown. So during the holidays, at least I get to celebrate with people on social media. But it's very hard, honestly. It's very hard because one thing I've realized in Rwanda, there's not so much holidays kama sisi wa Kenya when you took on like 10,000 holidays in a month. So it's different, but because of social media, I'm able to, keep tabs on what is happening in my country, how I'm able to celebrate with my friends on social media. on the holidays and all that. But definitely I do. Part of me still misses our Kenyan culture, but in pursuit of green pastures, what do you have to do? You have to leave your comfort zone.
Kweli. And that's why we made this show right here, Diaspora Connect, to appreciate you guys who are there in the diaspora. We know it's not easy. You have to do a couple of things hapa na pale, but when you come here, una connect na watu, at least pia tunakupatia reminder of home, and we also celebrate you because that is something quite important. So big up yourself. You've done an amazing thing. We know it's not easy, but you're still there soldiering on, and that's part of the Kenyan grit and spirit. So big up yourself to the fullest. Aya, before sasa nikuambie usalimiane and all these amazing things, nataka uniambie kitu moja before nikuache. Making friends, and umesema marafiki hapa na pale hizi vitu, when it comes to making friends and getting that group, because kupigia mabeshte wa Kenya is one thing, but having people close to you is another thing. Was that easy? Was it a hard time? And also talk to us about your future plans, especially as you're out there in Rwanda. Unataka kuendelea kuninio huko, utakuja mtaani, plans inakaaje?
Sasa, to make friends here, okay, genuinely, Rwandese people are very friendly. I would say that they're very, very friendly and very warm and very welcoming. Ni kama sisi wa Kenya, but as Kenyans, tunakwanga tuna hiyo kakitu ya, I don't know how to say it, but tunakwanga na kala kakitu kaku kind of not judge in a friendly way. But kind of judge. But in Rwandan, people are very welcoming, they're very warm, and I would talk in terms of as a journalist. As a journalist, I realized that your 9 to 5 is not 9 to 5. It's like 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. You always have to work. You always have to work. So making friends in that in my area of work was very tough. So I came to make friends in my line of work and in my office. That's how I made friends, and those friends at least tried to show me around Kigali, around Rwanda, and but then I realized that personally I don't think I'm that friendly. I'm not that friendly. Okay. I'm not that friendly, and I'm like, okay, now I thank God for my job, because now I don't have to socialize or go out there and kind of make friends, because initiating a conversation for me is quite a task. And I mean, thank God for the few friends I have in Rwanda, but for me, I think my job was one of the things that used to keep me sane.
To keep you sane. I can
keep me at least, connected. So in terms of friends, that area is a bit gray.
It's okay. It's allowed. It's allowed.
Yeah.
New year, new you.
Yeah, exactly. We are rooting, to be out there more often. So 2026, we are rooting for that.
Sawa. And before we have you send in your salams, it's really important, I think, is for you to encourage those people who are at home. Kuna wale wanakuona, maybe walimaliza shule, opportunities maybe hapa mtaani as they come through, but maybe they have another opportunity to go elsewhere or to go and see how things are in different countries. How would you encourage especially students who've left uni, ni wakati wa kuhustle to become an adult? What would you say to them, especially as they're trying to find their way in line with you and everything that you have experienced?
Number one, nafaa kuwa honest.
Please, kuwa as honest as possible. Ndo mtu akikuona anajua, Jeddy aliniambia,
Definitely. Number one, honestly, I would say from my perspective, adulting takes a lot, okay? But that does not mean you can't make it in this life. That does not mean you can't achieve what you want to achieve in this life. Number one is, I will tell people to try as much as possible to get out of their comfort zone. Because once we get comfortable in where we are, in what we are doing, that's when we feel like change is going to be hard. Achieving my dreams is going to be so hard. So first of all, try as much as possible to get out of that comfort zone. And please remember, your dreams are not invalid. because it is you who is dreaming those dreams. It is you who is thinking of those dreams. So once you put your mind to something, do it and make sure you achieve it, because every man for himself in this world, to say the least, because what you want to do, most people might not agree to it, but once you put your mind to it and decide this is what I want to do, I want to move from point A to point B, that is when I can do it. Just take the risk, don't be scared, don't be afraid. I know in life we are usually scared of the big things, but that's being scared is the one that actually makes us to do things. So get out of the comfort zone. Make sure the sky is never the limit. Please dream your dreams, make them come a reality, because that's all we have to do in this world to survive. You have to make your dreams a reality. You have to fight for your place in this society. So do what your heart wants and let no one stop you, because at the end of the day, you're going to buy that house by yourself, you're going to buy that car by yourself. So do what your heart wishes and what your heart feels comfortable in doing. That's my advice.
Hey, hapo sawa. Spoken like a true champion. Thank you very much, Jeddy. Tunaku appreciate mbaya sana. We can't wait to come there to Kigali. Also, ukikuja hapa mtaani, kuna space mingi sana hapa kwa studio yetu. Ya wewe ukuje utuambie a lots of good stuff, especially about Rwanda and everything you do. Before we love and leave you, one of our amazing traditions that we have, it's called kutuma salams. Na tungependa utume salams, juu niko sure wase wako hapa, ma primary school boyfriends, ma crush, ma family members, relatives, kila msee anakuwatch sahi na wangependa uwapige shout out. So please waambie salams, alafu pia usisahau mabeshte wale umemake hapo Rwanda.
Sawa, limit ya salamu ni ngapi kwanza? Kwa sababu list ni refu.
Kuna nakwambia hapa watu wanatoaga ma paragraph, but for you one paragraph only.
Sawa, I will try. First, I would shout out my mom. I know she's watching, definitely. I would shout out to her wherever she is. She's been my biggest supporter, together with my sister Dacha Otieno. Those two people have helped me so much and have supported me in every decision I've made. And yani manze, hawa tu wako tu hapa tu kwa roho, hapa tu hawezi nitoka. Also, I would love to shout out my friends who have made here in Kigali. Amanda Bahenda, Sandy Wase, Olive Irakoze. Najua hizo majina zinawachanganya kidogo, but msijali, but I would love to shout out to them. Also my friends in Kenya who have also been, nikianza kuwa mention itakuwa like 10 paragraphs, so for now I won't mention them. Just to say a few of them. My best friend mwenye tulijoin na yeye, university 7, yani those people have held me down. Sitaki kwanza kuwa mention wote, itakuwa like a long paragraph, but whoever is watching me out there, shout out to you guys, man. They shout out to you. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for, giving me encouragement, even though sometimes I feel like I'm not doing as much as I want to, but you guys are always rooting for me, are always fighting for me. Thank you so much. Penda sana.
Hapo sawa. Thank you very much, and we do really appreciate you. And as I tell all our guests at the end, please just know, kutoka leo umepata kazi mpya, na hiyo kazi ni you are the ambassador of Diaspora Connect. Sasa tukimaliza tu hivi, your first text ile utatuma out, instead of